Hi Year 6, this is your video for Tuesday's learning. We are carrying on with percentages. Before we start, I want a quick fire quiz. So I want you to pause the video, or you can do this timed, and in 30 seconds we'll be going through the answer. So good luck. Okay, let's go through these answers. So for question 1, we asked, what does percent mean? So hopefully you remember Miss Smith going through this. Percent. Well, per, we should know what that means. We've come across that. Cent actually means 100. So if we think of a century, that's got 100 years in it. A centipede, 100 legs. A cent in America is worth 10. So per cent means per 100. That's what we're looking at. And the actual sign for percent, if you imagine that's a 1 and it's got 2 zeros to remind us, so it almost looks like 100. So per cent means per 100. Question 2, find or list 2 places you would see percentages in real life. There's lots of examples here, so you might find it on food packaging, on your devices, any kind of technology, phones, laptops, anything like that for charge, and also in shops, sales, things like that. And if you've got any others, then well done. Question 3 was find 10% of that number. Now let's have a look at this number. It has 7 digits in this number, so hopefully you recognise that as 1 million. Okay, so we've got hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000, 1 million. So to find 10% of that, we had to divide it by 10. So move all our digits one place to the right, and that gives us 100,000. So well done if you got that. The next question, 5% of 400. 5% of 400. Now, 2 methods to this. Find 1% times it by 5, or what I find easiest is find 10%. So 10% of 400, we divide it by 10 gives us 40. This is twice as much as I need, so I need to halve it. So 5%, so half of 40 is 20. So again, well done if you got that. And the last one says explain how to find 1% of an amount. So to find 10%, we divide by 10. To find 1%, we must divide by 100. Okay, so there's a few notes there that you can use to help you today, because we're going to need all of these skills, finding 1%, 5% and 10%. Those are really crucial. Okay, today we are building on what we've learned. So we've talked about finding 10%, 1% and 5%. And yesterday you were calculating multiples of 10% of an amount. So 10%, 20%, 30%. Today we're taking that one step further and putting some of those together. So things like 25% or 35%. So let's work through these together. 25% of 500. Now, after half term, we're going to be thinking about the fraction equivalents, and some of you might already know that the fraction of 25% is actually a quarter. Okay, so a quarter of 500. Let's think about what we know to help us though. So I know that 25 is made up of 10, 10 and 5. So I'm going to use that because I know those percentages. So first of all, let's figure out 10% of 500. Well, 10% we divide by 10, so 500 divided by 10 gives us 50. Now that's fine, I need another 10%, or I can turn it into 20% actually, so let's just make it cumulative. So if 10% is 50, then 20%, twice that, is 100. Now I need 5%. Well, to figure out 5%, I can halve, remember, 10%. So half of 50 gives me 25. Now, to find my final answer, just be really careful about what you add together. If I add all of these together, I would get 35%, 20%, 30%, 35. I don't want 35, I want 25. So I need this amount, 20%, so I need 100, and 5%. I need to add these two together. So my answer, 25% of 500 is 125. Okay, let's do the same for the next one. So 35% of 750. Let's start off with what I know. So it's 10%. 10% I divide it by 10 gives me 75. Now I can either multiply this by 3, so 75 by 3, or I can find out another 10%, so 20%, so we can double this, so that gives us 150. Now to find 30%, again I've got a couple of options. I can add these two together to give me 30%, or I could add 75 onto this, so it's the same thing, or we've already talked about multiplying this by 3. So 30% gives us 225. But I've only done 30% so far. I need another 5%. So to find 5%, I can half my 10%, so half of 75. That gives us 37.5. And then again, be careful to think about what it is you need to add together. So we need to add together our 30% amount and our 5% amount. So the total that we should get is 262.5. Using those methods, pause the video and have a go at these two questions. 45% of 620 and 65% of 180. You're going to need some paper for your work. So let's go through these answers. To find 45%, I started off with 10%, so dividing it by 10, which gave us 62. Then double that to find 20% is 124. Double it again and we get 40%, so that gives us 248. I now need 5%, so I can halve my 10%, which is 31. And then be careful of what I add, so the 40 and the 5, which gives us 279. Well done if you got that. The next one is 65% of 180. So to start off with, rather than with 10%, I started off with 50%, so I halved it, which gave me 90. Then 10% divided by 10 is 18. 5% halve it again gave us 9. Add all of those together this time, and that gave us 117. Well done if you got those. Your last activity is a word problem, so I want you to pause the video, do your working out on paper, and then we'll go through the answer together. So Bobby went to the shop and he bought a t-shirt for £22, but there was 25% sale on that. So first of all, we want to know how much did he save. So we're finding out 25% of £22. So using that method we were doing earlier, start off with 10%, divided by 10 is 2.2. Well, we're thinking in money, so that's actually £2.20. 20%, we can double that, so that gives us £4.40. And then 5%, remember we can halve our 10%, so that gives me £1.10. Now I want 25%, remember, so I need to add these two together, so that gives us £5.50. So 25% of £22 is £5.50. Now that answers the first part of your question. That's how much he was going to save, because it's 25% of the original cost. But how much did he actually pay for the top? So this is where we need to take the original cost, so £22, and we need to take off his saving of £5.50. Take away £5.50 or 5.50. And that will give us our final price, and the answer you should have got for that is £16.50. Well done if you got that. That's it for today's learning. Remember, before you do today's task, to make sure you've got something to do your working out on. And the last question of your quiz is going to be very similar to this one. So if you're stuck, come back to the video, watch it again, and have another go. Good luck, and we'll see you.